Hello everyone. So today in writing we're actually remembering what are the important features of a sentence, and then we're learning about how to make our sentences more interesting for our audience and to make sure we include adverbs and adjectives. Now, we have talked about some of these words, but I will go over it again so that you remember. Hopefully you've watched the Scratch Gardens sentence song, and that will remind you that a sentence begins with a capital letter. A capital letter is a letter that's big or an uppercase. So this sentence that I have here, it starts with a capital T. So it says the cat is sleeping, and at the end we have end punctuation. In Australia, we call this a full stop. So this sentence finishes at the moment with a full stop. And we know it's a sentence because of these things. It has a subject, that means a noun about whom the sentence is about. That's a bit tricky to say. So this is about a cat. It says the cat is sleeping, and then it tells us what it's doing. So it is sleeping. So the cat is sleeping is a complete sentence. It has a subject, which is the noun cat, and a verb, which is. And what it's saying is the cat is, and what is it doing? Sleeping. Is sleeping, because sleeping is also a verb. Now, it is a complete sentence, and we've remembered to use finger spacing, which is fantastic. We should always remember finger spaces between our words, but it's not very exciting. And that's where we can use this chart, which is on the computer. You do not need to print it all out. You can just write lists of words. So please don't feel that you have to print out that document because it's quite long. But this was one of the sentences that I could use to expand on. The cat is sleeping. So the noun, who or what, we know that's the cat. What's it doing? Is sleeping. But the rest of it, we have to fill in. And this is an adjective. You might think, some of you will remember we have talked about adjectives before. Adjectives add to the noun. They tell us what kind of noun it is. In this case, what kind of cat. So I'm going to write 3 ideas of the type of cat it could be. I think it could be the fluffy cat, or it could be the enormous cat. We have a cat that lives near our house, and it is enormous. It almost looks like a lion. Another word we could put here, and we could always write enormous fluffy cat too. We could add 2 of our adjectives together. Is the tiny cat. When I was young, we had a cat that was tiny. Now, is sleeping, but how is it sleeping? Well, it is sleeping soundly. And where is it sleeping? In the sock drawer. Or in fact, not the, my sock drawer. The cat is sleeping noisily, so it might be doing lots of purring in its sleep. Where could it be this time? In the sand pit. Maybe it's outside in your sand pit. And the last one, the tiny cat is sleeping lightly. So we know that it's sleeping lightly because it keeps moving around and its eyes keep opening. Lightly on the sunny windowsill. Now we are going to today choose 3 sentences. Think of some words that we can add. So the adverbs they tell us how the verb is happening. So these adverbs, sleeping soundly, that means very well. Sleeping noisily, maybe doing some purring and some snuffling in their sleep. Or sleeping lightly, which means they keep kind of waking up and going back to sleep. That's what the adverb tells us. And at the end, we're going to say where it's happening. So what I'd like you to do is to choose 2 or 3 sentences. And to do this, you don't need to have the chart. You can just write some ideas of what kind of, well, it could be the cat or the monkey or the person, what they might look like, what they might be like. Then, whatever the verb is, how they're doing that. If it's running, are they running quickly? And then where they're doing it. So then you can choose 1 sentence to write underneath. So I'm going to write and I'm going to add enormous and fluffy together. The enormous, and because I'm writing a list of 2 words, I'm putting a comma, a little breath between them. Fluffy cat is sleeping noisily. I think I forgot an I there. In the sand pit. So once you have written some ideas, if you could then write your final interesting sentence underneath. Then if you could upload to the Google Drive. Remember, just 2, or if you think you can extend yourself, 3 sentences. Bye for now.